We're on Nana's front porch. Here's Nana. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. You look lovely today. And I see that you have your outstandingly wonderful nieces from England. Oops, Natasha, the light is bad on you right there.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, okay. We got to get you later. And Lucia, hi.
Hi.
Okay, we'll get you girls later. But somebody has to drive Frankie to the airport, and I guess I'm elected. So Frank?
Now it's recording.
Okay, now let's do the kiss again.
Silly girl. All right.
Okay, it's Anne. Bye-bye.
Likewise.
See you soon.
Good luck with the band. I want
Thanks
to
for
come over
coming to
to
see
England
us.
soon. That was fun. No, I've got a shower and stuff. I'll leave you guys some time together. So I guess they did.
Let's start with your name.
I'm Lucia Alexandra Simon.
Beautiful name. Lucia Alexandra Simon. And how do you spell your last name?
Simon.
And you have, how old are you today?
15.
15. And when is your birthday, Lucia?
September the 24th.
Uh-huh. And so you'll be 16 years old.
Yeah.
And where do you live?
I live in Stafford, in England.
And where do you go to school?
I go to the Cheltenham Ladies College.
Can you spell that?
CHELTENHAM. And then ladies, and then college.
College.
Mm-hmm.
And how is it that you're 15 but you're in college?
Well, I'm not really, it's just his name, but it's not really a college.
Uh-huh. So the word college might mean something different.
Yeah, I think so in England, because I think, is your college our university?
Uh-huh. I think the difference for us between the word college and university, a college doesn't offer graduate programs, whereas a university does.
Okay.
So for you, it's even different, even more different, right?
Yeah. I think college can just mean school as well.
Yes, I would think so. And Mom is with us? Hi, Mom.
Hi, Ann.
So you've got Kathy, Natasha, and Lucia visiting today.
Yes, isn't that nice?
Isn't that wonderful? Lucia, you just finished some major exams. Tell us about that.
They're called GCSEs, which stands for General Certificate of Secondary Education, and everybody in England has to take them. And I guess so they're quite big, and they form the basis of a person's qualifications, because like I could leave school now, and so if I wanted to get a job, then people would look at my GCSE results and stuff like that.
Do very many people leave school at age 15 or 16?
Yeah, I guess quite a few do.
And what would they be trained for?
They just go and get jobs or go into apprenticeships
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. I'm not sure, to be honest.
Yeah, very interesting. So how do you feel you did?
Oh, I don't know. We don't get the results until August 27th. So we've got ages to wait.
And let's say that your results are, just speaking hypothetically, mediocre.
Uh-huh.
But you really do want to get into some great university.
Uh-huh.
Do you have any opportunity in the next 2 years before you graduate?
Yeah. At the end of the next 2 years, I'll do exams called A-levels, which everybody who's stayed in school takes, and Natasha just took those. And so the universities can look at them as well. And in fact, they're more important than GCSEs.
And they will determine,
Yeah, I mean, usually a university will say, well, we'll accept you if you get, like, I don't know, 2 A's and a B or something.
uh-huh, yes,
Your A-levels.
yes.
So,
Yes, we have those also. They're called SATs, Scholastic Aptitude Tests. And people can take them, you know, throughout high school and prepare for them, and they are essentially the basis on which different colleges accept applicants.
Yeah.
Now, do you have to get into I mean, do you have to have certain scores to get into any university, or does it depend? Are there universities that are less prestigious that...
Yeah, there are, but it just really depends on you and on the university, because they look at each person individually, and you have an interview.
An oral interview?
Yeah, and then they say, we want you. They either say, no, sorry, we don't want you.
Yes.
Or they say, we'll have you if you get such and such grades.
So that sounds as though you would be interviewing before you went there. Or do they mean such and such grades at the university?
No, before you get there, they interview you before you go.
So at what point would you expect to begin interviewing?
I think, like, maybe about 9 months before.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'd have to ask Tash about that.
So you might have 9 months left to improve your grades, if that were part of their demand.
Yeah, well, no. Well, I'm not sure. I don't know, you'll have to ask Natasha. She understands it better than me, because she's just done it.
I have a feeling that Natasha has never had anyone tell her she had to improve her grades.
Probably not, no.
And you're playing sports as well at school?
A little bit, yeah. I just did some rowing this year, which was good fun. And I did a bit of field hockey. But that's really it.
I'll bet that rowing class, I bet you had to get up at the crack of dawn.
Nope, it was in the afternoon.
Oh, how nice.
That's okay. Yeah, that was a bit cold though, because I did it during winter.
Ah.
In fact, it was freezing.
What did you wear while you were rowing?
Just any old clothes. Because they got wet and dirty. So you just wore the oldest clothes that you could find that were warm.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
it was good fun.
Oh, it sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
And you did that at school?
Yeah.
Well, I think for the rest of us Fallons, who are your sister's siblings, or your mother's siblings, rather, we find it just astonishing that you would be in boarding school all of your life.
Yes.
How has that been? I suppose you would not know what we meant by that question,
Yeah. Well,
because
yes.
it's natural to you.
Yeah, I guess I got used to it, because I started boarding when I was just turning 8, I guess.
And as I recall, your mom said that you insisted on it.
Yeah, I don't remember insisting. But, I probably did, I don't remember.
Uh-huh.
But, yeah, no, I was keen to go, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But, I'm enjoying it a lot more now that I'm older. I guess I didn't enjoy it so much when I was younger.
Why was that? Because it was a lot of regiment?
No, yeah, I guess I just missed home.
Mm-hmm.
Lots, but, I'm having loads of fun now at my new school.
Mm-hmm. And when did you go to the new school?
About 2.5 years ago.
That's when you started at the ladies' college.
Yeah.
And is it just women?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, how do you interact with boys? Is there a local boys' school that you party with?
Yep, there is. It's called Cheltenham Boys College.
Uh-huh.
So it's quite funny.
Do they have regular events that the boys can meet girls and so on?
Yeah, we have discos, which you have one about once every term.
Did you say discos?
Yeah.
Does that mean
Dances.
disco dancing?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. We did disco dancing when I was young. Does disco come back in England?
Yeah, I guess so.
And it's so much fun, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't tend to go, well, we don't tend to go to them anymore. They don't have them for our age group, but they're for like the younger ones.
Uh-huh.
So that's quite funny. But, I mean, yeah, I guess they are good.
So tell me, what are your favorite subjects?
Gosh, I don't know. I like, theology and religious studies.
What? Now there's a tradition in the family, Mom. She likes theology and religious studies. Wow. That is
She wound up becoming Catholic, didn't
Did I? I don't know. Okay.
she? Yes, she said that a couple of years ago.
Do you want to become a Catholic?
I'm not sure anymore.
Oh, you mean you're not Catholic?
Well, I'm not anything. I was never christened.
Aha.
But, I like Latin as well. That's probably my favourite. Ancient Latin.
And so, equating ancient Latin with the Catholic Church because of its rich traditions and teachings and writings?
I guess so. I don't know. I don't really put the two together. I really like studying all the literature in the Latin and stuff like that.
What literature have you studied that would have been particularly written by a theologian?
What, in Latin? Well, we haven't really.
Uh-huh.
None in Latin. We do things like Virgil's Aeneid and all the famous texts like that.
You read those in Latin?
Yeah, and we haven't really done much theology in our
Yes. So how is it that you have exposure to theology?
Well, we discuss it sometimes in class.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I guess I like philosophy as well. I read a lot of that in books. So I don't know.
Tell me, what are some of the philosophers that you've read that you have liked, that you've recognized that you are intrigued by that?
I don't know, there's one in English, well he's not English, he's Norwegian, but he's a writer called Jostein Gaarder.
Mm-hmm.
And he's written Sophie's World, which is a bestseller.
Hmm.
And so I like reading his books,
Mm-hmm.
which are full of philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I guess just that really.
Mm-hmm. And how about theology?
I'm not sure. We haven't really done much. We just discussed it in class. But I haven't actually read any books on it. But I'm going to do that. I'm doing a 2-year course on that next year.
A 2-year theology course?
It's, yeah.
And who would be your teacher or teachers?
What, do you want their names?
if you know them.
Yeah, that'll be Mrs. Lomax and Mr. Barlow,
Mm-hmm.
who's our reverend at school.
Mm-hmm.
And
what religious persuasion is he?
I don't know.
Episcopal, possibly.
I'm not sure. Oh, maybe Protestant. Yeah, probably Protestant.
Mm-hmm.
Or Church of England.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't really have one religion at school.
Yes.
We do, like with our prayers and stuff, it's like they make it so that it's acceptable to anybody.
Wait a minute. You pray at your school?
Well, yeah, we have assembly every morning.
And what kind of prayer do you say? Imagine that, Mom. They pray in their school.
I think it's the law in England.
That's very unusual. Pardon?
I think it's the law in England that you have to have some kind of religious thing.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So England doesn't have the separation of church and state? Or is your school considered private?
Yeah, ours is private. Actually, yeah, maybe that's it. Oh, I'm not sure. But yeah, we sing hymns, and we'll have like a sort of reading or a lesson for the day.
Yes.
And then...
And would that be from the Bible?
Not necessarily. It's sometimes from the Bible, or it's sometimes just like, I don't know, something about, maybe they'll just talk in general about something like forgiveness or
Mm-hmm.
love or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have prayers at the end.
And when you say they, who generally is holy enough to be leading this discussion?
Well, sometimes the Reverend does it. Sometimes our headmistress does it. Or sometimes the deputy head does it. Or sometimes we have something called class prayers, where a particular class in the school will take prayers and they'll make up the prayers. So we get a good mixture.
Yes.
Which is good.
Very nice.
Uh-huh.
So you after your 2 years of theology, you'll know better whether you actually really like it in terms of a pursuit.
Yeah.
How fascinating that you have that opportunity.
Yeah, it's good. I'll probably go into classics though, I think. Because I'm starting Greek, ancient Greek, next year as well.
Yes.
So that should be good.
Yes. You can tell.
So yeah.
There we are.
Mhm.
So you were saying?
Oh, well, I have voice lessons at school, and so that's good.
And do you know anything that you could sing?
No. I don't want to sing.
Fine. I wouldn't press you for that because I know that's difficult. But I mean to just perform on cue. But what kind of singing do you do?
I guess I do a lot of like classical singing. Some Brahms and Handel, and I do like songs taken from operas and just stuff like that.
Do you have a favorite?
Well, I haven't been doing it for very long, only for like 5 months,
Mm-hmm.
so I haven't covered much yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I like it all really.
What is your favorite opera?
Oh, I don't know.
That's difficult, huh?
Yeah. I guess I like Mozart's operas
Hmm.
and stuff like that.
You mean that fluffy light stuff?
Yeah. It's good, I like it.
Now, you've traveled quite a bit,
Yeah.
and you will be traveling some more. Tell us about your travels.
Well, at Easter we went to Istanbul in Turkey. That was the family holiday, and we stayed there for I think it was 10 days. And it was really good actually. It was really interesting to see like the different culture, and the food was really yummy. Really good. That's the best part of travelling. All the different foods that you get. And what was really funny was that like, because it's I think the religion out there is it Islam or something like that, and
Yes.
they have like 5 prayer things a day, and the sort of chief priest or whoever he is, he calls it out on these massive speakerphones, and you can hear it throughout all the city. And it's quite funny because unlike the first couple of nights, woke me up every morning because they have one at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and so he shouts it out over the city.
And does everyone get up, or is it just in your house you
Yeah.
pray with him?
No, everybody gets up and goes to the mosques and prays. So yeah,
Well, is Istanbul a city where women wear veils?
yeah, they do. I guess that yeah, no, they do mostly now. A few of them don't, but I think that most of them do. Yeah.
So, as an outsider, are you unhassled about that? I mean, does anybody?
No, we weren't hassled that much. I mean, you get people like trying to sell you stuff. And
Yeah, but I mean to say, no one treated you badly because you didn't have a veil on.
no, because I think they're used to tourists
Mm-hmm.
now, because it's becoming quite a touristy place now, I guess. Lots of people want to come and like visit the Blue Mosque and things like that. So no, didn't get hassled.
Mm-hmm.
But Natasha and Mum actually wore head veils, so that's quite funny.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't.
Yeah. And do young girls also wear head veils?
Yeah, I think they all do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's nice. That was a really good holiday.
And where else have you traveled?
Let's see, we've been to France, because we often go skiing there, and we went to Canada last Easter to go skiing, and we went to a place called Whistler, and that was really good. It was really nice. And we've been to lots of places in the States as well, actually. We've been to like the Grand Canyon and gosh, I don't know where, but loads of places. So Washington and New York and San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good as well.
Yes. Now, have you been to Africa?
No, I haven't.
Is that part of your plans? Because I remember Daniel was in Africa. Wasn't Natasha also?
Yeah, she went on a hockey tour there.
Oh, I see. So it was a hockey tour. So I wondered whether that was part of your curriculum that you would,
Yeah,
in your last
I
2
don't
years.
know. I'm not sure, but I don't like injections, which I guess limits me a bit. But I guess they're not too bad. I might have some
Yeah.
and then go. But I don't know. I'm not at the moment. I'm not majorly desirous of travelling anywhere at the moment. I'm quite happy just to be at home.
Yes.
So I'm not sure. I've still got ages to decide as well what I want to do. So
Yes, indeed. Indeed. Any parting words?
no.
Just we'll wait and see.
Yeah, we will.
Well, congratulations
Thank you.
on reaching age 16 in a few months and all that will bring. Do you get to drive when you're 16?
No.
Oh,
Gotta
what?
wait another year for that. 17.
17. I see.
But then, better warn everybody that then I'll be on the road. So,
Well, at least that way you might be able to come around more often.
yeah. Hopefully.
Good. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you. Hello, my name's Catherine O'Connor, and I'm an Irish potato farmer.
You look Irish.
I want what I want when I want it. That's all that makes life worth the while. For the wine that tonight fills my soul with delight. on the morrow may seem to me vile. There's no earthly pleasure myself I deny. There's no one to ask me the wherefore or why. I eat when I'm hungry, I drink when I'm dry. For I want what I want when I want it. I want what I want when I want it. Some of my bachelor children will appreciate that so well.
I'd like a nice pint of Guinness.